Not one man is gonna have the gall to come push up on me and offer to buy me a drink.
It's women who had the lowest survival rates, as men almost always left them behind.
I'm trying to figure out, how am I supposed to meet my future husband if the men are not approaching? Because I'm not approaching a man.
And a follow-up question to this might be, because I am single, well then if men don't approach you ever, how are you gonna find someone?
All right, folks, buckle up because we're diving into a hot topic today. The frustration many modern women are feeling because, well, men just aren't making the first move anymore. But hold on a sec. Before we start pointing fingers, let's acknowledge that women might have had a hand in this shift too. Yep, it's time to unpack why this change has happened and what it means for relationships and how we interact. Join us as we navigate the tangled web of gender dynamics and how they're shaking up the dating scene in today's world. It's gonna be a wild ride, so stick around.
If men can't approach you in public, then where would they approach you? The answer to this question might be a lot simpler than it seems, but the answer is never. My life would be a lot less stressful if random men would not approach me in public and ask for my number. I'm not saying this doesn't happen to me every day. It doesn't happen super often, but when it does, it's extremely uncomfortable and makes me super paranoid about my surroundings. I'm speaking for myself when I say that I do not enjoy being approached in public ever, especially if the man in question is twice my age, as he was in the scenario that is attached to this comment. And you never know what someone's true intentions are, and to be quite honest, I am not going to follow up because I do not want to find out what those intentions might be, even if they are pure and innocent.
It better be nice to see them minding their own business and staying out of trouble. If they keep their noses clean, they'll dodge a ton of stress. But let me tell you, women have been screaming at the top of their lungs for some space, and it's about time these guys start hearing them loud and clear.
I am not coming for this person. They may be asking just a genuine question. But again, if you're in a bar scene or a club scene, those kind of actions are kind of expected. That's somewhere where someone might approach you and flirt or whatever. But if I am minding my own business on my way to work, I do not want to be approached by someone and then they start prying into my life and ask for my number when they're old enough to be my father, especially when they're right outside of my office building and they know exactly where I work now. And a follow-up question to this might be, because I am single, well then if men don't approach you ever, how are you gonna find someone? For me personally, that is at the absolute bottom of my priority list. I am not actively ever really searching for someone. If someone comes into my life and we get along and we wanna start something, then that's one thing, and that's great. But I can guarantee you, 99% of the time, that relationship is not gonna start by a man twice my age, approaching me on the street while I am minding my own business and asking me for my number.
Everything might seem hunky-dory when they're young, but let me tell you, things could get real ugly if they stop giving women the attention they deserve. And if some hotshot like Chad comes strutting along, she might just see things a whole lot differently. And remember to subscribe. The show is just getting started, and you don't want to miss all the entertaining stuff coming up.
You know what I want to talk about, you guys? So I live in New York, specifically Brooklyn, and I be outside, enjoying summer as I should. And I've been going to the block parties, all of that good stuff, the day parties has been a time. But the problem is the men just stare at you. They just stare at you the whole time. They don't approach you. They don't want to get to know you. They don't want to, oh, do you want to drink? It's just a staring contest the whole time. I'm trying to figure out, how am I supposed to meet my future husband if the men are not approaching? Because I'm not approaching a man. It's giving the men want to be chased now. That's what it's giving, and I don't like it.
Let's get real here. Women are all over the map with this talking to them stuff. One minute they're saying keep your distance, the next they're all smiles and wanting attention. It's like trying to navigate a maze blindfolded. But you know what? Can't blame the guys for being wary. Talking to a woman these days could land you in hot water faster than you can say hello. And who wants to roll the dice on that? So yeah, it's no surprise dudes are treading carefully around women these days. Can't be too careful in this crazy world.
The narrative that men are the natural protectors of women is as old as time, but it's more literary fiction than a historical reality. Take Middle Ages, for instance. We're all familiar with the stories of knights in shining armor rescuing damsels in distress. But as historian Richard Walker once put it, they're as far removed from the reality of Middle Ages as they are from our own. Because they aren't based on the behavior of actual knights, but the ideas of European neo-romantic writers in the late 19th century. Even the women and children first thing was never true either. It got popularized thanks to Titanic, but actually according to a study of sea disasters spanning 3 centuries, it's women who had the lowest survival rates, as men almost always left them behind. So no, men aren't our protectors. If anything, you could make a stronger case, they're our natural predators.
I stumble upon these videos sometimes, and let me tell you, they're hell-bent on making women out to be helpless victims and men as the big, bad villains. It's like they're painting with the broadest brush possible, and it's just not fair. Take this one, for instance, trying to tear down Cohen's study like it's nothing. They're cherry-picking flaws and blowing them out of proportion.
Ladies, here is a secret tip for knowing quickly exactly where you stand with your man. Ask him for a favor or help with something. If he is thrilled for the opportunity to help you, you're golden. If he hems and haws or is not so enthusiastic, you're in trouble. Because a man in love or deep like or obsessed, name your adventure, he will be happy to have that stage to show off his ability to flex for you, to be the big strong man, to be needed, to save the damsel in distress. If he wants you, he wants to make it happen for you, right? And if he doesn't, or if he's in no big rush, honey, you're the damsel in the wrong dress. You're a pain in his ass. And there's your sign.
So, get this. According to this woman, a guy's love for his partner is measured by how excited he gets about doing physical labor. Like, seriously? She's saying, if a woman asks her man to do something gross like unclogging the toilet, and he's not jumping for joy, it means he doesn't care about her enough. But come on. Expecting a guy to be thrilled about tasks like mowing the lawn or fixing the car as proof of his love is just plain absurd. Sure, he might do these things to help out, but using his enthusiasm for them as a yardstick for your relationship? That's just plain ridiculous.
Oh, look, it's the false imagery of a guy in 2023. It's funny because check engine lights or get a flat. I've been with my husband for 4 years now, and I never had any of those problems. You guys love to put on these types of arguments of things usually men do once a year, tops, as if it's comparable to the workload of taking care of a house, of working outside, like having a full-time job, and also taking care of the house, doing the laundry, doing the dishes, sweeping, dusting, doing all those things. In your head, that's only the woman's responsibility. That's why he can't help, right? No, honey, that's his responsibility too. I'm very lucky that my husband is the type of man that understands his responsibilities in the house. Not only financial, not only the safety, but the environment, taking care of the environment that he lives in.
Oh, claiming her check engine light never goes off as if it's some kind of miracle, while suggesting men exaggerate about car issues. Give me a break. Bet her husband's just on top of regular maintenance like any responsible car owner, preventing those pesky surprises. And let's be real, an annual checkup ain't cutting it. Depending on how much you're cruising around, your ride needs more attention than that. Now, let's talk priorities. What's more pressing, a pile of laundry or your car sputtering to a halt? Yeah, Cohen's got her comparisons all mixed up. Here's a suggestion, Cohen. Why don't you swap chores with your husband for a week? Let him tackle the dishes and laundry while you handle bills, lawn duty, and car care. Oh, and don't forget to be the first line of defense against any unwanted visitors. It's funny how some folks downplay a man's role until there's trouble brewing and they're begging for that so-called toxic masculinity to come to the rescue.
See, I'm about to go out and, it's Saturday night. I'm feeling sexy. I'm feeling like I look good. My hair is freshly washed and pressed. But you ain't gonna believe this. Wait. You're not really finna believe this. Ain't nobody finna talk to me. I mean, like, not one man is gonna step to me and say, "What's good, ma?" Like, not one man is gonna have the gall to come push up on me and offer to buy me a drink. And you see, I don't understand why I be getting so fine, because who am I doing it for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing it because I got a husband at home and I want him to think I look sexy, okay? So if you see me out and, you know, you feel like you're a good candidate for me, you know, like, and I would feel like you're a good candidate for me also, holler at me. Otherwise, I'm gonna go home by myself again tonight. But I'm gonna wake up single tomorrow again. Damn.
Oh, you hit the nail on the head there. Some women act all high and mighty when they shoot down guys, deny them attention, and suddenly they're left feeling powerless, maybe even seething with anger and bitterness. But hey, if you're giving them the space they begged for, why the heck would they kick up a fuss? It just doesn't compute. I mean, they're the ones who begged for it in the first place, right?
Someone at the gym to say hi to me and give me their number. I'm gonna give the sexy eyes today in hopes to let the pheromones out of me and, like, just fucking give me your number. Talking to me. Is it a racist tone? Hi. Huh? I was just saying hi.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
Honestly, I'm just trying to work out.
Okay. Keep asking, where's part two? Where's part two? All right, calm down. I'm gonna climb my things up and give him the sexy eyes. And did you notice my sexy eyes? Noticed it. You noticed? All right, so there's a debate that hitting on people at the gym is inappropriate on my TikTok. What do you think about that?
Listen up, ladies, because this is important. Most guys hitting the gym aren't there scouting for dates. Nope, they're laser focused on their own goals, not looking for validation from women. And let's face it, many guys are scared stiff to even say hi, fearing they'll get slapped with the creepy label or worse. So, they've smartened up, keeping their heads down and avoiding unnecessary drama. You know what really grinds my gears? Those videos where women purposely stir the pot to shame guys, all for some cheap social media fame. It's no wonder guys are keeping their distance. So don't expect to be hit on at the gym like it's open season. Sure, it might happen once in a blue moon, but most guys aren't willing to roll the dice anymore. We've covered the topic of modern, furious women. If you're interested in hearing more about engaging topics like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Let's continue exploring life together.